Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Tactical Trader at TechTrader.com. It's Thursday, the 20th of June. These are the charts of the day, and it's Thursday, so we're doing the weekly swing trade review. Few stocks have been stopped out, but the ones that are active we'll be covering. On AGIO, after the pop and the pullback, and then this big update, during that session, we put a swing on it in the 41 range. And within 3 days, it was trading above our target of 48, taking 49.06. Now it's pulled back. My secondary target is going to be mid-50s and then maybe low 60s if we can get a follow-through. But I like the overall look. Big base pattern, big breakout. Now retest, pullback, entry out perhaps. On the short side, ANWD, after the head and shoulder pattern broke and a bear wedge formed, we gave you a tech trader swing short. It's come down from the high 80s to the mid 70s, tagging 77.36 today, finishing 78.89. I was down $1.41. It looks to me like it's bouncing off support in this range, which was the first target for me. But the overall pattern still looks pretty treacherous. And it may, if it does collapse below here, get down into the low 70s. Alongside ASTS, been phenomenal with a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a fifth wave underway. Although it stalled midweek and pulled back the last couple of days, it's gotten a lot quieter. I still think it has a chance of being 13.5. COYA has come down to a major buying point, in my opinion, at the bottom of the channel near lateral price support as well. But it needs to hold here. I don't want to see this below 630, and we're at 648, so it's treacherous. It might take a deeper retrace towards 5.5, but let's see if it holds here or not. On the short side, Dash, after coming down and forming a bear wedge, was put out as a short of 116-ish, I believe. It got down to about 106 and then bounced, but today, a bearish engulfing bar down to about 270. I'm looking for lower levels, maybe 104, and then eventually 95 or less. DDOG is another, looks like a massive top formation. It didn't quite break down, but the bounce is taking it back up towards resistance. Let's see if it fails and rolls over, and if it does, 98.84 are targets. Also on the short side, DHI with a very toppy looking pattern. Decided to put a swing short on it, but it hasn't yet broken. It's important. You want to wait for that to get under 138. And then my target's right about 125 and 118. EBS on the long side, pop broke out, wedge, and then ran. It's been stair-stepping its way higher. This big breakaway gap gives lens for a 1, 2, 3, 4 flag wave, fourth wave flag, excuse me. If it gets over 7.05, I'd be looking for 9 or better. First solar popped out of the flag and ran from 263 to 307 nearly. Nice 40-point quick pop. It's pulled down underneath first support. Got to be really careful in here. I don't want to see it any lower than this weekly low of 253. Then it's vulnerable down to 220. GERN or GRN breakaway gap. We put a swing on it. It popped a little bit, then backed off to test that gap. This is going to be important to see if it can hold. And then run up to the 5.5 and 6 3/4 range. Garmin, beautiful flag type pattern, and multiple waves up. Now I'm not sure if this is going to give us the pop we want to see. So looking for something over 165, 66 in order to get this back towards the mid 170s and then high 180s. HROW popped and coiled. We put a swing on it. It went from about 16. Today, it's spiking up to 22.32 at one point, which is near my target zone. So may need some backing and filling, but eventually this could be mid and high 20s. IDN pop broke out and then broke way back underneath first support, but it hasn't been stopped yet. Be careful here because any further damage could send this back down toward 2.5 3/4. What I'm looking for is a retest of 4.5 and then 5. INFA on the short side broke down from the bear wedge, then a bear flag, and now another one. Overall look is quite bearish in my opinion. It's more like a rising wedge. If it fails and rolls over, 26.7 and then 25 targets. INOD popped and broke out and continued to run and made both of our targets, but has now subsequently pulled back and broken first support. The stop has to be under 12. JMIA took off, broke through a double top, and then ran through my target zone at 10, reaching 10.5, and backed off. We need to hold ideally around 740.50. I don't want it below that. If it's going to go the next leg up on the fifth wave, could take it to 12, even 13. Leonard Superfoods LSF with a pop falling wedge, pop smaller falling wedge, and then a lateral coil is developed. I want to see if this has got the ability to break out over 5.5. If it does, 6.5 and 8.25 might be targets. Minnesota Mining popped out. We put a swing on it. It ran up to the target and backed off. Now it's coiling. Squeeze to the apex. If it does go 111.12 and 119.20 might be targets. NVAX pop broke out. It then ran. Our swing ran from 11, more than doubling to 23.86. That was a great swing. Now it's pulled all the way back. It might be another entry up here with a tight stop under 11.5. Seed still consolidating, coiling, moving in a slightly declining falling wedge. Looking for a pop and run. And if we do get one, once it gets to 6.5, 7.5, 3/4, and 9 might be targets. SKX with a breakout, put a swing on it, pulled back and tested, and then ran. Their first swing target is 75. Next target is 79.80. And finally, WGS has been a phenomenal uptrend for 8 or 9 months now, taking it from $1.30, literally with one of the bigger percent gainers, to 29, and still looks higher. The next target is mid-30s. Let's look at some of the longs and shorts we have on our swing trade list. This is HP signing off. Have a great evening.